Hey, drone on dude. So it's just 6:45 I think, and I'm on my way to pick up Chris, and we're about to embark on a little fossil hunt. This one's slightly different. We're going to Mask, which is a place we've frequently gone and we really enjoy. But this one, we have a special guest, and the special guest is in the back, Nebula. And she's a little bit camera shy at the moment, but it's our first fossil hunt. It's our first sort of trip out at that sort of distance, so we're going to see how it goes and hopefully get some fossils and have a good day on the beach. Okay, see you down there. Hey, right, where are you? What a lovely day. Bluish skies, I suppose. Flat calm, looks lovely out there, so get suited and booted and head on down and see what we find today. Fingers crossed. Let me just show you what I can see. It is a beautiful place. Turn the camera around. So we've got Redcar up there in the distance. And where we're going to explore is the shingle that's exposed. It's ever changing. We'll look south though. We're looking down to Saltburn, and there's Huntcliffe in the distance, and on down to the other fossil hunting grounds that we normally frequent. For today, we're on the beach. We're 2 hours before low tide, but that gives us plenty of hunting time. We're hunting high up, there's no cut-off points here, so quite a safe place, great place for kids. See you down there. One thing to point out, if you're hunting this spot, it doesn't cost you to park, but you must put a ticket in, you must put your reg in and display that ticket, and that gives you 4 hours. If you don't, you will get fined, so just bear that in mind. Here we go. Nebula the fossil dog. Bring us some good luck, Nebs. Lead the way. So just having a scan from up here. It seems like there's some nice areas that weren't exposed the last time we were here. Obviously rough seas over the last few months. So fingers crossed we might find something, you know, that we haven't found before. There's a couple of things on our list. Plutinaria shells would be one of them. So fingers crossed. Right, it's spot the fossil time. So I'm just gonna hover for a second, see if anybody can spot it, and then I'll zoom in and closer and closer. And you seen it yet? Okay, there we go. So one of many abundant graphia that you find here between Mask and Redcar. Not something I'm desperately after collecting. Oops, there goes the dog. But nice to see. So there you go, graphia. Primitive oyster. Would have sat that way up in the sand with a little flap here. But yeah, lovely little fella. Not a bad example actually, so I might take that. Okay, so another little thing to show you. These greeny coloured rocks tend to be the ones that we find ammonites in. So not the best example and not that easy to see, but you can just see there the evidence of calcified, partly C1 ammonite. So yeah, there's plenty down here. Okay, so another little interesting rock here. If I turn it over, you can see again, not the best example, but just to show you what's down here. These are bivalves, partly damaged, but you can see quite clearly what they once were. Okay, so it's spot the fossil again, and you see what I'm saying. Let's have a look a little bit closer, and there we have a section, a rather large section of an ammonite. Big fella, you can see there, cross section. Again, see a little bit detail, see some of the suture lines. I think that's a siphuncle there. But yeah, that would have been a brute. So I'll leave that there for others to enjoy, but again, there is so much fossil material here. Just got to look. Okay, so Chris has just come across this rock and he's had a little pick through it. You can see are there graphia possibly in there, but if you have a look down there, you can see what looks like would it be a gastropod, a mollusk? Again, you know, hundreds of millions of years old. So nice little find. Okay, so just come across this lovely piece of coral. I'll just pick that up and you can see the detail in that is absolutely phenomenal. I know a guy who's an expert on these, so I'm sure he can tell me exactly what I'm looking at, but I think I'm going to take that because I really like it. Hello Nebs, you like that too? Hey. So all this clay is normally covered by sand, but now it's been stripped back. You can see there's an absolute ton of really nice graphite exposed. Hopefully some more interesting fossils as well. Keep on searching. So it looks like Nebula's enjoying her first fossil hunt. Got her on the lead rein just to give her a little bit more freedom. But yeah, she's having a jolly old hunt around, socialising with other dogs, which there are many on the beach here. But that's a good thing. You enjoying yourself, Nebs? Hey? You a good girl? You're gorgeous. Yeah. Good girl. What's better than breakfast by the sea? Hey? Okay, so it's not a game changer, but just to show you, if you look amongst the sort of the cobbles, if you like, you will find there's a reasonable section there of an ammonite. So it's not a monumental find, but it's nice to see it sort of still in the matrix. So I'm going to take it anyway. Okay, so just to show you that you really have to be in it to win it, Chris has just managed to come up with this little fella here. What absolute beauty! This is a very rare Sclethemia redcarensis. Very rare fossil to find. It's the only place you can find it. So that's an absolute. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's worth coming down just for that little fella there. So well done, Chris. Spot the fossil again. So a closer look, and that is an absolute beast. The section of a large ammonite. Let's pull it out. Not the biggest piece, but you can imagine the size of the ammonite that it came from. Like that. So I think that's a keeper. And another spot the fossil. Slip into that rock pool. Okay, so I'm spotting a lot of what looks like shot, like shotgun cartridge shot, as I'm coming along and wondering whether this place was used as a range. And then I've just come across what I thought was a belemnite, and it's actually a bullet made out of metal. So a little bit of look into the history of it, but I think there's every likelihood that it has been used as a range. Okay, so I've now went to my third bullet, but this one is intact. Okay, so it's my turn now, and this is
Pleurotomeria redcarensis.
Although it looks a little bit nondescript, it is Pleurotomeria redcarensis, which is one of the other rarities. So I'm very happy with that. Right, we're just back to the car, and it's been a really successful fossil hunt. So I'm just going to have a look through some of the finds. This isn't everything, but a lovely little bivalve there, intact on both sides. Slightly damaged on one side, but larger bivalve. Lovely example of a graphia, but this one actually has its flap intact, so you can see exactly how that would have been situated. Again, a larger bivalve, quite a nice one. It's cut both sides, just a bit of cleaning up. Not the best example, but I'm going to have a little dig at that and see if I can identify what ammonite that is. Another, probably just a segment in there, so nothing much really. But the find for me is definitely my Pleurotomeria. And again, once it's cleaned up, you can see the sort of the walls going round, and the top's slightly damaged, but
no jewels on it.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of detail in that. That is a really rare find, so I'm very happy with that. Catch you later.